Good evening, folks. We are here for Pewaukee basketball on PTV, a Thursday night showdown. Kids are off of school tomorrow, so we're going to play Thursday night. Brown Deer is in town from the Woodland East Conference. This is now what we consider non-conference play. I'm Kurt Spitzner, joined tonight by my friend and colleague Royce Malkowski. Royce, good to be back at it with you.
Yeah, it's great to be back. I'm excited.
Yeah, this should be an interesting showdown. The Pirates coming in at 6-5. Been an up and down season for the Pirates. Have found their way at times. Had a very tough loss with the odds-on favorite to win the state championship in D1, Wisconsin Lutheran in town. But they're 6-5 tonight, and will be headed into this one without their leading scorer. Tyler Tkachenko is going to be out from this one as he's getting better, from some illness. So the Pirates are going to have to figure out a way to do it against a 5-5 Brown Deer team, Royce, that is they're going to battle. We've played this team non-conference the last couple of years, and I think one of the things that we've seen with them is that this is a team that's going to play with a high level of intensity and aggression and battle every possession, and it's going to be a hard-fought game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're licking their chops. They want to come in here and steal a win. They know that Tyler's out tonight, and they're going to bring a lot of intensity, and they're going to be pushing the ball up and down the floor, playing nasty on-ball defense, trying to get steals, trying to get easy buckets on the other end, and Pewaukee's going to have to take care of the ball tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, on the offensive end, Brown Deer, led by senior Cody Jones, 24 points a game on 53% shooting. He's shooting it at 43.8% from the three-point line, so Jones is going to be a guy that we pay a lot of attention to, from a defensive perspective. Jaden Ragland, another senior, 13 a game, 42% coming in. And sophomore Rylan Driver in the mix, 7.8 points a game. Jones getting 8.7 rebounds a game as well. He is a difference maker for this team. The Pirates are going to have to focus on him. When we tip over to the Pirates, though, Royce, this is going to be Tyler has had such an amazing season shooting the basketball, and there's no way you replace a guy like Tyler, but we've got seniors in George Davis and in Landon Stels who have had big games in their own right this year that are going to have to step up. And then, other guys I expected to see some more scoring out of tonight. A guy like John Gertis has had some big scoring games. And your son, Rex Malkowski, guys that bring a little bit of that size, but also a good scoring touch. There's going to be opportunities for these guys to step up, and there's just going to be more shots to be taken here to make sure that the Pirates have an opportunity to hang with a Brown Deer team that can put some points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, no question about it. The interesting thing to watch tonight is who's going to be the guy that steps up for the Pirates. When the offense isn't running smoothly or they've had a few empty possessions, up to this point it's been get the ball to Tyler and let him work and get the confidence back for the offense. Who's going to be that guy tonight? We're going to find out.
Yeah,
like you said, I think George Davis, hopefully he doesn't put too much on his shoulders, but he's very capable. Jonas Schaefer, junior point guard, he's got a lot of ability too, and or it could be somebody nobody's thinking of that just comes out and gets a hot hand and gets the confidence to start putting up points tonight.
Yeah, there's you mentioned Jonas Schaefer, another guy who's been in the mix who can absolutely fill it. Nick Templis, the sophomore. You said it while we were talking a little bit before the game. You can look at it as a stressful opportunity when you're playing without your senior leader and leading scorer, or you can look at it as just that, an opportunity to step up. And that goes two ways. You don't want kids to overdo it or push too hard, but you do want kids to meet the moment, that this is an opportunity. There's going to be more shots to go around tonight, and I think we'll see somebody in that cast of characters really pick up some of the assertive nature that Tyler brings every night.
Yeah, this is going to provide a lot of opportunities for the guys that weren't necessarily relied on to be scorers and to provide a consistent stream of points to step up and get that confidence. And then, when we get Tyler back, in theory, that could really help the team in the long run if you can get 2 or 3 other guys really confident in their scoring abilities to pair with Tyler as you start making it down to, the back half of the conference season.
Hey, speaking of opportunities, Royce, our viewers at home have an opportunity to get to, I'm going to butcher this, the 5-star all-inclusive Rio Palace Costa Mujeres?
Mujeres. Yes.
And I think we're in the Cancun region of Mexico here with this great raffle, courtesy of Sensational Beach Vacations. Hit that QR code on the screen or head out to PewaukeeTV.org. $5 will get you an entry. You can get 20 bucks will get you 5 entries, and the best bang for your dollar, you get 10 for 35. My math, that's only $3.50 a ticket, Royce. That's what you want to do.
That's a one.
Every dollar goes to our Pewaukee Athletic Department and helps support PTV being free. And Royce and I do this because we love it, and all of our other guys, Casey and Tom and Rob and Gavin, we all love doing it. But we're able to do it because of great sponsors like Sensational Beach Vacations. Would appreciate you hitting that link below and donating a couple bucks to support the cause and give yourself a chance to win an all-expenses-paid vacation with airfare from Milwaukee or Chicago, courtesy of Tom Brousseau and Sensational Beach Vacations. All right, we're about ready for the national anthem here, and we're minutes away from basketball. Brown Deer in town. We'll give it to the PA here, and Craig Copleen in our national anthem, and we'll be right back with Pewaukee basketball. All right, Royce, we are all set for starting lineups down here for the showdown. Pirates lineup's going to look a little different tonight. Big Cade Rykowski, the junior center, and as we've said, all-world offensive tackle will move into the starting lineup tonight. You say replacing Tyler, but really he does give the Pirates some size, strength, and a confidence and assertiveness that comes from just being a top-caliber athlete. So Cade will be in there with the normal bunch that we've seen for the rest of the year. George Davis, the senior, Landon Stels, the senior, Johnny Gertis Jr., and junior Jonah Schaefer, who, Royce, I just got word, Cade and Jonah are planning on doing a PTV game themselves live. I think they're looking at the Kenosha-Bradford girls game, so love to get the kids involved in this too. And Cade and Jonah going to be on the air.
Going to have to tune in for that one, ladies and gentlemen.
Must-see TV right there. And if there's any other kids out there that want to get involved, absolutely, give me a shout or drop it in the chat. Find Coach or Jeff Barron's AD, and we'll get you on the air. We love doing this, but the more the merrier. Our guy Gavin Basonic's been on with some games with you guys, and the more we can get kids involved with it, the better. So if anybody out there is interested and a Pewaukee fan, we'd love to have you.
Here we go. Pirates going big to start. Slotting Cade in, who is, I would say, a more traditional post player, post defense type of player. Obviously extremely strong and aggressive.
Yeah, and a pretty decent size advantage across the board here for the Pirates as you look at how this shakes out. Brown Deer, not an incredibly big team, but don't let that fool you. They're going to put points on the board in a hurry, averaging 75 a game coming into it tonight. Schaefer will start things off for the Pirates. Landon Stels up top. Ball finds its way to the corner to Davis, and the first three of the night is up and good. Put it on the board for George Davis.
That's a great sign. Let George Davis start eating right away, early and often.
Jaden Ragland out on top, senior captain at the controls for Brown Deer. Mike Ahsoka lost the handle. Good hustle over there by Stels, but that'll be off of Stels, and ball stay down here with Brown Deer.
Yeah, George loves that three from the corner. It's definitely his favorite outside shot. Very proficient at it. Got a nice clean look to start the game there.
And, you know, it's senior year, and I'm still waiting for the scouting report to find that George likes that corner three, because he finds them night in and night out. Speaking of finding it, that's Cody Jones, the 6'4" senior, putting the Falcons right back on the board, and we're all knotted up at three.
Yeah, Coach Burkemper's not going to like that one. I guarantee you, they talked a heavy dose about getting a hand up on 13 outside the three-point line. He got a clean look there to start. And there's another one.
Another one, Cody Jones. That one comes off the iron, but the rebound right there on the reload and falls into the hands of Landon Stels. He's out ahead with it for the Pirates.
See how the ball movement is for the Pirates early on. Looking pretty good.
Dish underneath to Gertis. He can't control it. And the Falcons are out of the pack with it, and here they come.
Just aggressively attacking the basket, Brown Deer is right now.
Yeah, right at the rim, but that one wouldn't fall. Pirates are out of there with it. And Schaefer's got it out on the right wing. Schaefer down low to Rykowski. Rykowski tried to power it up. That's rejected, but that will be out of bounds, and the Pirates will retain possession down there on the far baseline.
Beautiful feed by Schaefer. Rykowski collected it and then did a power dribble. Probably didn't need to bring it down. Probably could have just went right up for the bank shot and got the two quickly.
Rykowski working down there, big size advantage. Kicks it out to Schaefer. He'll work it back into the big fella. A little bit of a spin, and that is lost control of it, and it'll be out of bounds back to the Falcons.
Good idea. You want Cade working with his size advantage against pretty much any matchup on the floor.
Ragland with it out top, working a two-man game with Cody Jones. He'll take one top of the key. That comes off and cleared by John Gertis.
Looks like George Davis is getting the early assignment on Cody Jones like normal. George is usually guarding the other team's best player.
Another three down there, and they're going to get, that one's off the iron. Rykowski had the rebound, but going to get Cade with a little bit of a push-off.
Yeah, that's Cade's Achilles heel. He's strong and aggressive. You know, anybody kind of gives a little bit of that forearm on a rebound. Normally it's not a call, but when Cade does it, guys go flying.
That's right. You have three up in the corner, and that is good. Mike Ahsoka gives the Falcons a lead at 6-3. Down low, Schaefer, nice find to Gertis. He'll spin that back out up top to Davis. Davis on the push. That's off the back iron. He's there on his own rebound on the pogo stick. That won't fall. And that is cleared by Jaden Reed and the Falcons. Ragland kicks out to the corner. Cody Jones is off the mark.
Brown Deer's getting a lot of great looks at three. They're hitting the gaps with the handle.
Schaefer's three rims out. Landon Stels clears it, and his foot was on the line. He'll be out of bounds back to the Falcons.
Pretty simple offense Brown Deer's running here. They got good ball handling, quick guards that are attacking the gaps, trying to get to the basket, and if Pewaukee helps and closes the gaps, they kick it out to the three, and they're immediately going up with the shot. That's the game plan.
Yeah, Pirates probably fortunate just to be down three because Brown Deer has, as you said, Royce, some good looks at the three. See if the Pirates can adjust and run some guys off the line. Good footwork down below by Reed, and he is true. Make it an 8-3 lead. Cade just had a big-time screen out top. One of those plays you talked about. Clean as a whistle, but when there's a guy that big laying a screen out,
that much contact, you got to be careful.
Might have felt a little tremor down here on this side from that one. Ball's out of bounds. It'll sit down on the baseline. Inbounded to Rykowski. He's back out top to Gertis. Davis has it stolen from him by Cody Jones. Jones out ahead and does a great job with his body control, kind of just throwing himself into Davis, and he'll go to the line for two. Again, Jones, a guy coming in, one of the prolific scorers in the area at 23 a game, and doing it at a pretty efficient clip too, where a lot of times you'll see some of these guys coming in with gaudy counting numbers, but the percentages aren't there, and Jones doing it with a good amount of efficiency. Again, 53.7 from the field and 44% from three. Right back the other end. I know that guy. That's Rex Malkowski. Just checked into the ball game, and two quick ones on the board for Rex.
Yeah, nice back cut. Uh-oh.
Good up and under, back the other way, and there is Jones again. And in the early going, Jones really nice player and doing it both ways. There's Malkowski on the other end, caught up on the baseline, but gets it out to Davis. Pirates down 7 in the early going, but have had some good looks at it. There's another one. That one off the mark, in and out for Gertis from the three. And here comes Ragland and the Falcons. He kind of got stuck on his hip. They'll call that a double dribble, and that'll go right back to Pewaukee.
Pirates are getting good looks right now, just not converting. Gertis has had a couple open threes. Schaefer, a couple went in and out. Just got to keep working the ball, get open shots. There's a good one by Templis.
Shot. Nick Templis for three.
Love to see him get hot. He's a great shooter. Has been working on his consistency so far this year, but if he can get going, that's a great thing.
Yeah, I think you're right, and he's a guy that a lot of teams might not be thinking about from three. But that's a guy that we're thinking about from three. That's Jones again, and he is off to a sweltering start. 7 points in the early going for Brown Deer's Cody Jones. It's a three for Ben Shireen, who checked into the lineup. And back down the other end, Cody Jones on the board. 9 for Jones, and the Falcons open it back up to a 9-point lead.
Yeah, they're really just going to need to have one of their best defenders just stay locked in on Jones and not come over and help.
Back out top to Davis. Schaefer with good penetration in the lane. That floater is off the mark, and Jones clears it for Brown Deer.
See, even that's a great shot. Schaefer normally makes that.
Ragland in the lane, gives it up to Reed. Reed can't get it to go, but gets his own rebound. And that one's cleared by Ben Shireen. Back to Shireen. 3-ball corner is good. Ben is another kid who we've seen him in spots. He has an absolute 3-point stroke, Royce, and you saw it on that one.
Yeah, I had a feeling Burkemper was going to bring him in, and he may play good minutes here. They need his scoring prowess. He can really shoot it. It's good to see him hit one early.
Stepped in with confidence and knocked that one down.
Pirates need to start getting some stops here, though.
One's going to be out of bounds. And look at that. Ben just saved our camera, too. We were saying nice things about Ben Shireen, and that one was coming for our camera and our whole table, and Ben saved us.
Good quick hands by Ben there.
Going to the bench a little more. Peyton Sutter, junior guard in the lineup. That's number 11. Working the baseline down there with Nick Templis.
Yeah, Peyton has a role on this team, and that is to bring energy and defensive pressure, and he's very good at it.
Good look inside. Malkowski to Sutter, out to Templis. Another great look, and that one just comes off the mark. And Malkowski kept it alive, but they'll say it was off his hand. Ball go back to the Falcons. Pirates down 6 here after falling behind early. The story for Brown Deer has been Cody Jones, who's got 12 points already of the Brown Deer 17. He has proven to be every bit the part that we thought he would be.
Yeah, hopefully Sutter can provide some on-ball defense to prevent the ball handlers from getting in the paint and kicking it out to Jones.
Good job by Shireen walling him off. This is out to Ragland.
Good solid defensive possession here. Let's keep it up.
You can tell, in Ragland's game that's a senior point guard. He just handles it with confidence and seems to be in control of this Brown Deer offense. They've got some seniors on this team, and they play like it, There's Jones working underneath, and he's powers through and up to the rim.
Yeah, that's a big mismatch, having Landon on him. Landon doesn't match up size-wise.
Templis will try another three, and that is good. Put it on the board for 2 for Templis from the three-point line. He cuts it to a 5-point lead.
Got Shireen out on Jones now.
Step back for Jones. That one's off the mark, but the rebound comes off that's Mason Triggs underneath. Jordan Reed's layup is overlaid, and the Pirates are back ahead. Rykowski working down there on Jones. And that one was blocked, and they're gonna get Cade on a quick foul after the shot was blocked down there, and that'll be 2 on Rykowski. He will.
Nice spin move down low by Cade, but just couldn't gather himself to go up strong enough with the shot.
Gertis will check back in for him as he heads over to the bench. Got Sutter, Templis, Malkowski, Gertis, and Shireen out there for Pewaukee. Good hands by Sutter. Knocked that one out of bounds. It'll stay down here with Brown Deer.
Yeah, that's the kind of pressure that Peyton brings to the defense. Get in your face, make it very uncomfortable for you.
Baseline inbounds 3 over in the corner. That is off the mark.
Got to finish the play.
Right back to Jones. That one comes off, and Ben Shireen is out of there with it. Pirates fortunate to get out of there with that one, and Coach Burkemper is going to call a timeout and maybe settle this defense down a little bit. Bit helter-skelter, and Pirates got to be feeling fortunate, Royce, that they're only down 5 points at this time. It's been a little bit disorganized on the defensive end.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, clearly Brown Deer's got a plan, and that is to get the ball to Cody Jones. Have all the guards drive through the gaps. If you can get all the way to the basket, go up strong. Otherwise, kick it out to the shooter, and Jones is getting a lot of looks. He's getting a lot of action. Burkemper has got to take one of his best defenders, lock him on, and say, this is your job. You're not helping on the gaps. And then everybody else is going to have to step up and help each other. But if you can take Cody Jones out of this game, I think the Falcons are going to go on a major scoring drought. I just don't think anybody else brings what he brings to the team.
Yeah, Jones is up to 14 on the night in the early going, and they'll actually give him his first rest. Out of the lineup here, assuming a quick breather for Jones with just over 8 minutes to go in the first half. There's a 3-ball just off the mark from Davis, and I think they're going to get Sutter on a quick foul for Pewaukee.
Looks like Brown Deer just switched to a zone without Jones on the floor. Try and take the Pirates, catch the Pirates off guard, but they still got a pretty good look out of George Davis there.
Yeah, it's been, like you said, Royce, good looks all night. Just need to see some of these threes go through. Jordan Reed pitches it back. And
there's good defense.
Going to be a travel on Ragland. Rex Malkowski right up in his business, didn't give him any room to breathe, and the ball will go back to the Pirates. See if they can't make this a one-possession game. Davis out top. He's got John Gertis underneath. Good power.
Gertis has got great hands, plays wide receiver on the football team. Big, strong kid, aggressive, plays downhill. Way to secure that one and get the 2 points.
And kept it high. One of the things they always talk about, kept it high, kept it out of the harm's way, and he's able to finish. Pirates down by only 3.
Jones isn't getting much of a rest. He's already sitting at the scorer's table.
Work back up top. That's Jordan Reed. Mason Triggs out there, number 3 as well. This is Jaden Reed to the rim, and he is up and good. Nice little floater in the lane for Jaden Reed. He gives the Falcons a 5-point lead, and they're right back ahead, and 2 right back on the board. That's Jordan Reed.
That's just sloppy basketball. Pass coming at Davis's turned head.
Inside, Sutter working down there in a little block. Spins it out to Gertis, top of the key. Go back to George Davis, and Davis was fouled. Get Jaden Ragland on the foul for Brown Deer.
Got to take care of the ball. If you try to make a play in the half court and you miss a shot or you turn it over trying to make an aggressive play, that's one thing. But turning the ball over, trying to get the ball up the court, just a waste of possession. Got to take better care of it. See what the Pirates can do on this possession.
Davis working the baseline against Ragland. Met by a triple team down there, but does a good job finding Schaefer. That one's off. There's Rex Malkowski, skied for the rebound, and he was undercut by Ragland. That'll be a second foul, I believe, on Ragland. Rex bounced right off the ground with that one. He was up there and kind of fell on his tailbone, but right back up there. Excellent effort from junior Rex Malkowski to keep
He's got
it down
quick hops. You know, he's 6'3", he's got long arms, but real quick hops. You know, that's why he can rebound with bigger kids, is that when both kids decide to jump at the same time, Rex gets there just a split second quicker than they do.
Yeah, absolutely. Rex, a fantastic athlete, another football player, and that one underneath finds its way to Rykowski, spins it out to Schaefer. Schaefer, had Gertis underneath, and that one was deflected.
Good idea, just lost the handle a little bit as he saw the passing lane open up, took a split second extra to get it out there and try it again.
Malkowski out there working down to Rykowski. And good spin move, but that one is blocked by the backboard. And back the other end in a flash. Joshua Reed. There's a lot of Reeds on this team. They got to be brothers. I'm thinking it might be a pair of twins and a little brother. If anybody's out there tuned in, tell us about the Reed boys and family. Nice bucket there by the sophomore. There's Malkowski. He'll try a 3. That's off. Rykowski up there for it, but lost his footing. And that one will go back to Brown Deer. Royce, the Pirates had cut this thing to 3 not long ago, but here the last few possessions, offensively, a bit off kilter, some misses, turnovers, and we've got ourselves a 9-point lead again for Brown Deer.
Yeah, you got to settle down, keep getting stops on defense, but got to get better looks. That look by Malkowski wasn't a bad look. But again, they've got a few open looks that they just aren't knocking down yet.
That one comes off for Jones. George Davis clears the rebound for Pewaukee. Schaefer will find him out on the left wing, working inside to Cade Rykowski. Rykowski spins it out to Schaefer. Schaefer back up top to Davis. It'll find its way back to Schaefer. Schaefer doing a good job of getting a foot in the paint, but the Brown Deer defense really collapses, Royce.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They got quick, active hands, knocking the ball away.
Back down the other end, that's number 2, Joshua Reed again. And the Falcons' lead has ballooned to 11. Templis inside to Rykowski. And back out top to Schaefer. Finds its way to George Davis. Go underneath to Johnny Gertis. Back out to Schaefer. Good look at 3. That one's off. Rykowski keeps it alive, but it falls into the hands of Cody Jones, and here he comes.
Yeah, Pirates clearly just struggling to find a rhythm and identity on offense. Need to settle down, be aggressive in bursts. Seems like everybody's sort of running around frantically. Just settle down, pick your spots, be aggressive in bursts, and find an open man for a good look and rinse and repeat.
Under 4 minutes to go now here in the first half. There's Templis. He'll take another look at 3, and that is Nick Templis' third 3 of the evening.
Great cut over to the wing by Templis, and Rykowski was right in position to find him for a nice rhythm shot. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Templis 3 cuts it to 8.
Templis, one of the guys on the floor who doesn't seem to be frantically jumping around.
Right back down with the answer. That is Nason Triggs with the 3 for Brown Deer. And the lead is back to 11. Inside to Rykowski. Spins it out to Davis. Finds its way to Stels in the corner. Stels is 3 off the mark. And here comes Brown Deer.
Gift of a turnover there.
That one had too much on it. And you're exactly right. We needed that one. We needed that one.
Got to figure out a way to get a couple buckets here. Make this a more comfortable deficit here in the next 3 minutes, if not pull close enough to go in much tighter.
Another just the turnover giveth, the turnover taketh away. That's a travel down there on Davis in the corner, and the offense is just, working at an out of sync, and
yep.
We're in this game playing without Tyler Tachenko, obviously, but there's just been too many lost possessions to turnovers, and against a team like Brown Deer, it's gonna catch up with you because they get back downhill in a hurry. That one dead ball turnover, but they are turning those turnovers into points and have found their way to an 11-point lead.
Yeah, they look like the team that definitely has the more clear-cut plan, more confidence.
Good move underneath by Jones, but
that can change quickly. It's really a game of momentum.
Templis will drive baseline, but that is, again, turned over, and he's going to get a quick foul on the back end. That will be Nick's first 15th foul on the Pirates. The Brown Deer Falcons sitting there with only 2 fouls, so a fast-moving first half. We've got just over 2 minutes left.
Gertis coming in for Rykowski. I think Kate still only has the 2 fouls.
Nason Triggs at the controls, just a sophomore for Brown Deer. Joshua Reed and Jordan Reed now in the lane, and they'll get him with the travel. So it's been turnover.
Brown Deer's piling up quite a few turnovers themselves. allowing Pewaukee to sort of stay within earshot in this game.
Stels with a good look from the wing. That one off the mark.
That's Stels' game, too. He's shown that he can make that shot. Just a nice, cold first half for most of the Pirates.
And Brown Deer will take a timeout. You know, you said ice cold. We talked about this at the outset if you were with us pregame. If you're feeling ice cold, because it's pretty cold out there right now. I think 16, 17 degrees when I left work. It's probably colder than that. How does Rio Palace Costa Mujeres sound, Royce? Warm up, help support PTV and Pewaukee Athletics. Every dollar you donate in this raffle, which will culminate at the end of the season. We're going to draw this thing on February 28th. And when we draw this on February 28th, the winner is going to get an all-expenses-paid trip to that 5-star resort at the Rio Palace Costa Mujeres around Cancun, Mexico, with airfare from Milwaukee or Chicago, courtesy of Sensational Beach Vacations, their partners Funjet Vacations, and the Rio Palace family of resorts. PewaukeeTV.org, or scan that QR on the screen. I'm going to get us back to the game, but it's in the lower right corner as well. Thanks again to Tom Brousseau for supporting us 3 years running with the great program. Help support Pewaukee Athletics and win yourself a vacation. Right back at it. What do you know, Royce? Another turnover. It's the Falcons are giving the Pirates every ability to get back into this thing, and like you just said, you got to take advantage of these turnovers.
Yeah, you got to start getting some buckets one way or another. Great job getting out to the shooter on that one. Made Brown Deer second guess themselves and turn the ball over, but right here, right now, get a good shot and knock it down.
There's Templis, who's been hot. That one comes off. Good job down there by Malkowski getting in the middle of it, and that is off Brown Deer. And the Pirates will get it back. Another great look, and the rim just didn't want it, Royce.
Love to see Templis getting those open looks. He's got confidence right now. Maybe one of the only guys on this floor that has it.
Malkowski working the middle of the lane. Templis had a look at a three and thought better of it. Back out top. Davis will take him, and that one is good.
There you go, George.
Brings it back to single digits, and it's 30-22 with 35 seconds left here in the first half. Pirates need another stop, Royce, and a bucket here. Get this thing to 5 before halftime.
See how aggressive Brown Deer is. They don't need to be too aggressive. They can wait for the last shot. 18 seconds left.
Definitely.
It looks like that's what they're going to do.
Looks like they're going to hold, get it in Jones's hand. He's working out top against Davis. Again, Jones, 14 first half points, and there he is driving again and got to the lane. 2 seconds left. Malkowski out of there with it, and it finds its way, and that banker is up, and I think they're going to count that basket, and you get the stop, and then they are able to heave it in. I didn't catch who that was. It happened so quickly. But the three is good, and that 8-point lead is back to 11, and it's a 33-22 lead headed into the second half.
Oof.
Any of that momentum from the stops and then the three ball from Davis takes a little bit of wind out of your sails if you're the Pirates.
Yeah, another turnover led to that three. Only a couple seconds left. I get the, wanting to make a move and take a desperation shot yourself, but you got to be a little more secure with the ball. I mean, that's going to be the message at halftime is, guys, let's take care of the ball. Let's get good looks. They'll start going down. Yeah, it's
been a game of missed shots and turnovers, and it sounds simple, but if the Pirates hit even a couple of those open looks that you talked about, this is a different game. And the good news is the defense seems to have stabilized a bit in the later half of that second half. Cody Jones at 14 points. I think he had 12 of those within the first 5 minutes of the game, Royce. So they seem to have found a little bit of a prescription against Jones. Maybe that carries over to the second half and slow him down, because the Falcons team reminds me a little bit of what our Pirates look like with Dachenko out there. You can see he's the straw that stirs the drink for Brown Deer. If you can keep him off the board, you can keep this team down. We're at 33 points, which is not the worst place to be after such a challenging shooting first half.
Yep, you said it. That's exactly what they got to do, is come with the same game plan on defense, keep Jones from piling up, bunches of points and streaks, get some stops, and find an identity on offense, right? Keep finding the open man, get somebody other than Templus hot, get Davis hot, get Stells hot, and once you get those threes to start going, then they're going to come out and defend the shot, which is going to allow for the backdoor cuts and opening up things underneath the glass for easier buckets.
We've got a fun second half in front of us, but right now this is a time to celebrate our youth program. So what you're seeing on the screen is some of our youth program. I'm trying to get these guys to wave over here to us. This is the future of Pewaukee basketball, Royce, and huge shout out to Dave Schill, who runs just absolutely and has for a long time one of the just best youth programs you could ever ask for in a community. And this fleet of volunteer coaches that you see out here that put so much time and effort into the kids and the community and running tournaments and making all of it happen. It's become a big part of why Pewaukee's had a successful program, Royce. It really has. And I know you're Royce, or you're Rex, and my Luke grew up in the youth basketball program. It's just part of how we do it in Pewaukee.
Yeah, it's excellent to have a program where the kids are playing for the school really as soon as they can play organized basketball. And Pewaukee does it, really well. And it's nice to see these kids out here getting a little recognition, smiling at each other.
Yeah, it truly in Pewaukee is a community thing, and when it's one of the fun things that we've had a chance to do broadcasting these games over the years, is that you hear about these kids coming up who have done it in youth, and so many of these teams are built from kids who played together and then maybe started playing with the class a little bit older than them or younger than them, and you see success out there. But it's definitely a seed that's planted with the youth program. Again, shout out to all these boys, all the coaches that help with that, and certainly Dave Schill and everything that he's done to establish the program over the last, I'd be doing him a disservice the last, I want to say 25 years. It's been a big part of the community, and I think we'll be seeing some of these kids soon on PTV as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, bringing it back to the big game. That was a frustrating first half a little bit, Royce. Maybe seeing those kids out there gave the crowd a little bit of energy and juice. If you're in that locker room with Coach Burkemper and the boys, what do you think the prevailing message is right now to come out in this second half and really you almost have to just throw away the first half, reset, because this game's still here for you. This is not out of hand by any stretch.
No, yeah. My message would be bring the intensity on defense, but on offense, calm down, play a little more methodically, not so frantically. Deliberately set screens, deliberately try to get your teammates open, make strong passes where there's open passing lanes, and just keep working the defense until you can get an open look. And when you get an open look, you take it, you bury it. And if you continue to pile up good looks and you reduce the number of turnovers, that's when you can start getting in a rhythm offensively, and that's what they need to do in the second half.
Yeah, I think you have a really good point, and I think we've both seen Coach Burkemper coach these teams and been involved with it for a while. I think part of the message has got to be, if you get that open shot, like you said, confidence, take that, because we just got to see this team knock down some shots. They found some good looks, taking care of the basketball for long stretches of first half. It got sloppy at times, but those shots, we need the guys out there to step up to the line and knock things down. One of the silver linings was Nick Templis, I believe 3 for 4 from 3, knocked 3 of them down. You hope to see him continue that. Stels has gotten some really good looks at threes, and I have a feeling it's a law of averages with that with Landon. It's just you're not going to be able to keep him down for long in the second half. He's coming in and shooting it at a very nice clip himself, and I like that Stels found his way to the three-point line. I think if I'm looking at it correctly, Landon 52.9% coming into tonight from 3. We keep finding Landon those looks. He's going to knock some of those down.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Get him looks, get Ben Shireen looks. Ben hit one.
He did.
I think
that's a good point.
George Davis hit a couple, but besides Nick, George, and Ben, I don't think anybody else got one to go, and that should change. Jonas Schaefer's a good shooter.
Yep.
Obviously, Stels is a good shooter. Malkowski can shoot. Gertis can shoot. All those guys are ready to catch and shoot when they cut out to the open space and are found by their teammate. They just got to have the confidence to knock it in. And if a couple of guys can do it early in the second half, that gives the other teammates confidence to do the same thing, and maybe they can get going on a run.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. And I'm reminded to look back at this season splits. This is not even a good three-point shooting team, an incredible shooting team. And it's not just Tyler. This is 45.6% coming into tonight for the Pirates from 3. And they had good looks in the second half. So it just gives you the confidence. We see those looks again. Some of them are going to start to fall and knock it down. Defensive end, it's been all about Cody Jones down here. What did you see that maybe, halfway through that first half, the Pirates were having a little bit better luck, holding Jones down a bit? He was, red hot to start the game, and Pirates with a little bit better job putting a muzzle on him as the second half wore down.
Yeah, I see. You got to have a good defender on him who can move his feet, and if they can get out and get on the ball before Jones can get his 3 up, he really wants to go to the basket. He's not going to jab step you and chuck a 3 when he's guarded one-on-one very often. He's either going to take the open 3 off the pass, or he's going to wheel and deal his way towards the basket. And so if you can get a guy out there, square him up defensively, and avoid that initial 3 off the pass, then I think you have a good chance of keeping him from, working the way he did early in the first half.
Minute left here before we get to the second half. Again, we've talked about it a few times, but we really want to push this thing. If you enjoy PTV, if you're an out-of-towner that watches it, and you appreciate these broadcasts being free, we want you to hit that QR code in the bottom of the screen or go out to PWalkieTV.org. And what you can do is you can buy raffle tickets. And those raffle tickets are going to give you an all-expenses-paid trip to Cancun if you win, $5 each. You can get 5 of them for $20. And I gotta remember my math here. 10 of them for $35, Royce.
That's right.
Go get those 10 for $35, and it'll be a nice warm trip out of Wisconsin for you at some point. And if you don't win, you've supported Pewaukee Athletics, and you've helped keep PTV free, so everybody out there across the country can watch this, and Grandma and Grandpa can tune in and all that fun stuff. And we appreciate all the viewers out there. But kick some back in the kitty and win a trip thanks to Sensational Beach Vacations and Mr. Tom Brusso. All right, folks, it's just about time for the second half. Pirates will be back out there at the starting lineup. Jonas Schaefer, John Gertis, George Davis, Cade Rykowski, and I should check that, little bit of a change. Nick Templis out there to start the second half on the back end of that red-hot shooting that he was on. So I think you hope that the Pirates can maybe find him some more, like you were saying, because Nick was one of those guys stepping up and hit a few shots with confidence. Yeah,
he taking Landon Stelz's spot. Landon's got to stay confident. He can't get down on himself. He's just got to acknowledge the fact that Nick is playing really well, and you want to get him out there right out of the gate. But the Pirates are going to need Landon Stouts if they want to come back and win this game. He's got to be ready to get out there as soon as his number's called, find his space, be ready to catch and shoot and knock him down.
All right, it'll be Brown Deer basketball here to start the second half. That's Ragland up top. Checked by Jonas Schaefer. Cody Jones working the baseline. Good job by Schaefer walling him off. Finds its way underneath the Ragland, but nowhere to go with it. And Reed down below battling for position, and he's up off the glass and good. That's senior Jaden Reed for the first two of the second half for Brown Deer.
Just burrowed his way in. I thought he was going to get called for steps or something, but he was able to get enough clean space to get the ball, get the shot up.
Schaefer all the way to the rim for the first two of the second half. Good drive by Jonah. But Brown Deer right back out of there with it. Micah Soka drains the three, brings it back to a 14-point lead.
Just a breakdown defensively there. Pewaukee defenders only picked up 4 of the offensive players.
One's
Can't have that.
Off the hands of Brown Deer. It'll stay with Pewaukee. And Schaefer going to work a little two-man game with John Gertis, top of the key.
Like to see Schaefer continue to be aggressive, getting into the paint, and then even more aggressive finishing.
That one intercepted, and the dunk, it's that kind of night so far. Ryland Driver's dunk, in and out and in. He shakes his head in disappointment, but it's 2 points all the same. And the Falcons have come out with a gusto to open the second half, and it is a 16-point problem here in a hurry.
Yeah, Pewaukee, we were hoping to see him come out with confidence and control on offensively, but quite the opposite in the first minute and a half. Still look a little like they're not sure what to do, a little tentative.
Yeah, and the quick timeout by Coach Burkemper to try to dial it in. It's the story of this season has been, withstanding tonight, it's been all about the defensive end. And in tonight, it's compounded by the fact it's been tough to put points on the board for the Pirates. So it makes every possession defensively that much more important. Schaefer out ahead with it. Does a good job. Dishes it down to Gertis. Beautiful. That is up and good.
That's what we need more. Schaefer's got to get into the paint and either go up and finish himself or make a quick decision to find an open man. I think that's ripe for the take in the rest of the game. Instead of just trying to move the ball around the outside of the three-point line to find an open shot.
Back up top to Jones. Picked up by Rakowski on a switch. Good job by Cade walling him off. But he keeps that pivot foot, and he's up and true. Jones with his first bucket of the second half, give him 16 on the night, which is a game high. Intercepted by Ragland, back out ahead, and quickly off the hands of Driver. It'll be back to the Pirates ball. Carson Buckberger checks in, just a freshman in the game for the first time for Pewaukee, and Rex Malkowski checking back in.
Yeah, Carson can get in the paint too, I think, and shoot the three, hopefully.
Three comes off, but good hustle by Rakowski. He clears it. And back up top to Jonah Schaefer. Schaefer, great job meandering his way to the 10 and two more. I like what we're seeing out of Jonah's ability to get downhill and get to the lane, but down here, no answer for Cody Jones. He's good.
Yeah, it's just a good offensive play. Hand in the face. You got to try and maybe not let him get that deep.
Get a quick foul on Jaden Reed. Be a side court out of bounds here for the Pirates. Malkowski triggers it into Schaefer. Back up top to Rykowski, over to Schaefer. He'll try a three, and that is good. Jonah playing with some confidence here in the second half. Gets the Pirates back to within 13.
That's what we need. Need somebody to be the spark.
Ragland will take a three on the other end. That one rims out, and Schaefer clears for Pewaukee. Rykowski. Bit of a mismatch down there with Reed on him. Looking for it down there in the post. And that bounce pass intercepted by Jones. He's back out ahead. Good job by Buckberger walling him off. But he finds his way back to his own rebound. Helter skelter. Malkowski skied for it, came down, and Buckberger's out of there with it for Pewaukee. Back to Malkowski. Work a screen and roll with Rykowski. It finds its way back into him.
Oof.
That one picked off, trying to find Buckberger for the three. And finds its way back to Jones. We'll see if they count the basket. I think they will. And
just brutal turnovers, trying to create something that's not there.
Yeah, down on the other end, the basket by Jones was good. They'll get Malkowski on the foul, and Jones will have a chance to convert with the three-point play. Free throws off. The lead stays at 15. 13:20 left here in the first half. Great feed underneath and good finish. Schaefer to Gertis. Second nice connection they've had this half.
Just love the way Schaefer's playing right now. High confidence, knows that he can get past his man, knows that somebody's going to be open once he does.
And underneath, good find by Jones to Jaden Reed down below, showing his ability to be unselfish, and made the right read on that one after he drew a second defender. Schaefer out top. Davis, top of the key. Three ball up and good. It's Jonah Schaefer again making that happen with the drive and kick.
Just got to get some stops and keep that up. There it is.
There's a stop. Malkowski out of there with it. Out ahead to Gertis. Gertis on the push. Pump fake. Up and good. And a little bit of a run has the Pirates to within 10. Ragland out ahead with it for Brown Deer, working against Schaefer. In the lane, rejected by Gertis, and here come the Pirates. George Davis on the hard push, finishes off 2 feet, and the lead is 8.
This is the run you needed.
Jones with the ball in his hand. He'll give it to Ragland, top of the key. It looks like they might be trying to clear out a side here for Jones and run a little bit of, sure enough, two-man game with Reed. Ragland on the drive, pull up. That is off the mark.
Love this defensive unit for the Pirates. All 5 guys are just playing together on defense.
Kick by Schaefer. Malkowski, 3 is up, but he is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 3.
Chance to cut it to a 5-point lead here if you can make some foul shots.
And I think you're exactly right. There is an energy and a connectiveness of this defensive unit that has put the Pirates in a position to be right back in this game. Malkowski's first one comes off.
Got to lock in here.
He will get 2 more. Fouled on that 3-point shot on the baseline. Second one is good for Rex. He didn't like all that rim it touched, but we'll take the point all the time.
Yeah, you always want it to be a swish, right? It's a little extra confidence boost. But good minutes from freshman Carson Buckberger there.
Yeah, Carson's energy on the defensive end was fantastic, and he plays the right way. And second one good from Malkowski. He brings it back to a 6-point lead. This had ballooned to 16 points, and the Pirates have quickly taken 10 points off of that lead with 11:20 left here in the second half.
Don't leave him open. Oh, just lost him.
And
can't
Jones knocks that one down. Exactly right.
Just can't turn your head on defense. You got to be able to see both.
Malkowski tests the baseline. Go back up top to Davis. Curtis working underneath. He's got a post-up matchup he likes. Templis over to Landon Stells. Finds its way back to Templis.
Keep moving the ball quickly.
And they're going to get foul on Brown Deer. That'll go against number 11, Mike Ahsoka. Just his first foul. Third on the Falcons. Pirates will trigger it in inbounds underneath here, right under the basket. That is turned over again, and here comes Brown Deer.
Got to see the help on that pass. He was coming over the whole way. Ooh, good step back by Jones. I don't know if Jones is starting to lose a little bit of his oomph. You know, played almost the entire game so far.
Yeah, one of those things you keep an eye on. You know, a guy carrying such a heavy burden is going to wear down a bit at times, you'd think. Stells on a good drive. Kicks back out to Davis. And Davis took an extra step.
Got to play off of 2 feet. You can't go walking into that pass. You got to jump stop. That way, if the passing lane closes up, you're not leaving yourself out to dry that way.
And this Brown Deer team just has a way of speeding the Pirates up that has you have to take your hats off to the intensity that Brown Deer plays with. They are playing hard every possession, and on a couple of occasions it creates an unforced turnover. But you say unforced, but it comes with a team that's giving it their all on every possession.
No, they're closing passing lanes quickly. You know, they got active hands, trying to deflect everything, trying to get in there and swipe the ball away. So can't commit too early to what you want to do.
Patience here by Brown Deer finds its way back to Jones.
Another good defensive possession for the Pirates. Just got to keep it up.
And the Falcons are going to take a timeout. So nice little run to get back in the mix of things. Pirates had it all the way down to 6, Royce, and still 9 minutes to go. 9-point lead, 9 minutes to go. Things have not gone the Pirates' way whatsoever. Whether it's hitting the open shots or the amount of turnovers that have occurred in this game, you got to be happy with when this thing swolled out to about 16 points. You're wondering if this could get away from Pewaukee, put together a nice run. And like you said, it started on the defensive end. Yeah,
and with the great defense they've been playing, they only have 1 team foul through the first 9 minutes of the first half. You know, if I'm the coaching staff, I'm saying, guys, you can step up your physicality on defense even another level right now. Be physical. Don't reach, but don't let anybody, take your space. If you get a cheap foul, big deal.
Yeah, that's that aggression and playing hard, playing smart, playing the right way is what the Pirates are going to have to do to get back in this thing on this end of the floor, and prioritizing the 5 guys being aware of that man right there, Jones, at every moment. And that one goes off Jones' foot. Good ball pressure by Malkowski. It'll turn it back over to Pewaukee.
Love to see Schaefer back in the game. Want to keep him hot and confident.
And they're going to get another push down here against Brown Deer. They'll get Jordan Reed on that foul, just his first. But 4th foul on the Falcons. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, this 5 that's on the floor right now, this is who I think they're going to want to roll with because of the way that they're playing together defensively.
Schaefer underneath, walled off.
With Schaefer finding the open man.
A look at 3 for Schaefer. That one's off. Good rebound by Malkowski. Back on the pogo stick. That's up and off. Good rebound by Nick Templis. And Templis draws the Pirates to within 7.
Just fantastic extra efforts across the board by the Pirates.
Agree with the energy of this group and this unit that's out on the floor right now, Royce. They seem connected on the defensive side of the floor, and the effort you saw it on that play just on the offensive glass was phenomenal.
That's the type of grit it's going to take to come all the way back from a 16-point-plus deficit and give yourself a chance to win this game.
That 3, an absolute backbreaker. Nathan Triggs in the game. Jones on the bench here momentarily, and the Falcons go to sophomore Nathan Triggs, and he's good for 3. Back the other end, Ragland out of the pack with it for Brown Deer. And just like that, 4 quick ones on the board, and the lead's back out to 12. 3 ball, corner pocket, Malkowski, that one is off, and here comes Ragland and the Falcons. And back up and good, Jordan Reed found himself in good position, was able to power it up and in. And 6 unanswered have put the Falcons back ahead by 14. It looked like right in front of us, maybe on the line, but they'll say that was saved and kept in bounds. Ragland right back the other end, and just like that, the lead is back to 16, Royce, and it'll be a timeout for the Falcons.
Just an ugly run there for the Pirates. Looked like a couple of guys on the floor might have been getting a little gassed, and just helter-skelter, all in favor of the Falcons.
Yeah, I think you're right, Royce. The energy that goes into trying to get over the hump and coming back from a deficit like this is one of those things that it does wear you out, because you could see on the face of a lot of these guys, they're putting every single thing they've got into every single possession. And this timeout comes at a good time, I think, for Pewaukee, because this is still a game. There's a 16-point lead, 6:48 left here in the second half. We've seen how quickly that this can swing one way or the other, and the Pirates need to string together some stops is what needs to happen first, doesn't it, Royce?
Yeah, no question. That's where it's got to start. But a lot of those buckets that we just saw, the barrage by Brown Deer, were off of turnovers and long missed 3-pointers. A lot of things in transition. Just got to take care of the ball.
Sutter will take a look at a 3, and that is off the mark. And here comes Brown Deer. Brown Deer doing this without the the leading scorer, Jones, in the lineup. That's one of the impressive things here is this little run, this mini run has been put together by some reserves, and Ragland really taking charge here for Brown Deer.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to that. I think Jones was getting a little tired himself and needed a breather, but they kept running the offense through him while he was gassed out there. Take him out of the game, and all of a sudden they're playing fast again.
Shireen's 3 off the mark. Sutter with a nice rebound over to Buckberger. Buckberger's 3 off, but reloaded by Landon Stels. And it'll find its way back to Buckberger. That one, Sutter intercepted. Here comes Ragland, and he is up and threw it down. The point guard, Jaden Ragland, they got him in the and that's actually sounds like it's pretty cool, Royce. That was Ragland's 1,000th point on the hammer. So you got to take your hat off. If you're watching what that celebration was on the court, not a shred of anything with the, thinking that this is a team running on the court for a dunk or anything. That was Ragland's 1,000th point. You see a crowd over there in Brown Deer with some signs and celebrating it. And that was impressive. They got him in the roster at 6 feet.
What a memorable play for him. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a kind of an all-timer for him. Hats off to Ragland, the senior. Gets 1,000 with a pretty impressive one-handed hammer. So it's an 18-point problem now. 5.5 remaining. Sophomore Reed Carey in the game for Pewaukee. So getting some run here for the Pirates. Reed is a guy, another two-sport kid, a football kid who is tough as nails and just plays it the right way. And there comes Jones on the other end, and he ran into Rykowski. And he'll go to the line and have to earn two the hard way.
Boy, this game turned quick.
Yeah, it was. I think we were at 9 minutes, and we might have been at a 6-point game, Royce. The last 4 or 5 minutes of this game have been transition bucket after transition bucket for Brown Deer, and just no cohesion down here on the offensive end for Pewaukee.
No, and what you're looking at right now is, 3 of the guys on the floor really haven't gotten any meaningful varsity minutes yet this year. So Burkemper definitely extending his bench here, trying to find somebody that's going to make a play and give the team a spark.
Reed Carey will try 3 from the corner. That one's off. And here comes Jones and the Falcons. Yeah. 63-44 here.
Coach Burkemper
4:40 remaining.
Calling it already with 4.5 minutes left.
Yeah, and I think just looking to, get some of that juice flowing again, too. You got a lot of tired faces that put together that run to get it back in. And at the same time, it is an opportunity for kids to get in there and get some run. But this one was there for them, Royce. And it just that stretch here, the last 5 minutes, just not what you needed at the time. That you have it close. Turning the ball over has been the kryptonite all night, and that is what allowed Brown Deer to blow this thing back open, and we've got ourselves a 20-point lead now.
Yeah, trying to find some reasoning behind this one. It was exam week for the high school. Kids were obviously going through that process, a lot of intensity, a lot of stress throughout but with having tomorrow off, you think they'd be able to shake that and come out and play some ball, but just a tough uphill battle all night. Burkemper's gone to the bench. Eli Hurts with a nice bucket.
Eli is a kid who works his tail off night in and night out in practice, and good to see him get on the board. He brings it back to a 19-point lead here for Pewaukee, or for Brown Deer, rather. 24, Marcus Beckett-Schreiber, new face in the lineup for Brown Deer. Senior getting his first action. And they're going to spread things out a little bit for Nason Triggs, let him work against Rykowski. He'll settle for a 3, and that comes off. Buckberger climbs the ladder, and he's out ahead to Eli Hurst. Hurst up top. Shireen will take a look at 3, and that is good for Ben Shireen, his second triple of the night. And the lead is cut to 16.
Boy, Ben Shireen sure has a pretty looking stroke when he's finding the bottom of the net. Looks automatic.
Schreiber up top, he'll go underneath. Good job denying that by Eli Hurst. Good minutes here from Eli. Carey out of the pack with it for Pewaukee. He'll hit ahead to Buckberger, over to Hurst. And it finds its way to Shireen. Shireen triple is off the mark, but kept alive. And finds its way back to him. 3 is up and good. He's not going to miss 2 in a row like that. Couple quick triples from Ben Shireen, and the lead is 13.
Yeah, this game isn't over, but it's very interesting.
Quick turnover for Brown Deer.
A lot of time left for the Pirates to come back and win this game.
And 2:41 left, 13-point lead on a couple of Ben Shireen triples. And just some really good energy out of this bench bunch to make it interesting, as they say.
No kidding.
Here comes Buckberger. He attacks it, and that one comes off the rim. Rykowski on the pogo stick keeps it alive, and Ragland is out of there with it.
Great effort by Rykowski. Almost got that
for
board.
Brown Deer. And Coach Burkemper actually looking to get some fouls. Pirates with just 3 fouls. So trying to get to the point where you can make it a foul and chase. Jones and Rykowski maybe getting a little chippy down there. And be a third on Rykowski. Just a 4th team foul on Pewaukee. And Carey will get the quick foul. And don't let his size fool you. Tough as nails safety on that sectional semifinal Pewaukee Pirate team, just a sophomore. He's out there working Ragland. He'll get another foul, but that is somewhat by design. You want to get to the point where you're in control of the bonus here, and the Pirates were sitting at just 3 fouls. They've got 6 now, so.
Carey's got 4 already. I love it.
You can't take them with you, right?
Nope.
And he'll get that 5th one.
Used them up.
And that will send Ragland to the line. And the crowd respects that kid, and I tell you, I do too. And you've got a chance to see him play football and basketball coming up here too. Reed is just second to none with the effort and his just tenacity. And you're going to see and hear more about him on this hardwood over the course of the next few years, and certainly out there on the gridiron as well. Reed is he is a fun one.
Yeah, puts in maximum effort, doesn't give up, doesn't back down.
Back down on the other end, Jaden Ragland at the line, knocks down the first one, so the lead is 14. And second one is up and good for him. And they'll get a quick foul down here on the other end. That is going to be on Ragland, his 3rd. It's the 5th on Brown Deer. Grady Ellison in the game as well, too, for Pewaukee. Number 44 out there, another sophomore. Getting his first action of the night.
A lot of guys getting a taste tonight. Game got out of hand there with about 6 minutes left. Shireen actually brought him back to 13.
Find him another one here. Let's get Ben going. And they'll get another foul here down below. I think they're going to get Rykowski here riding out.
Look at this big fella checking in.
Oh, that guy. Another one of his football, basketball guys. That's Luke Spitzner, sophomore. Another one of the double duty fellas here tonight. He'll check in for Rykowski, who picked up his 4th foul. Shireen picking up ball out there up top. And Jones is working with Schreiber. We'll go back out top. Jones content to work some clock here. Drive underneath. That's a little bit of keep away here from the Pirates.
Yeah, I think everybody just wants this one in the book.
Yeah, tough, game tonight. Some good things though. Some things that I think the Pirates can take away from this, and it's been the story all year long. It ends up on this end of the court, and the Pirates played some really good defense in stretches. Unfortunately, those stretches were far too short tonight, and there were too many stretches where we were turning the ball over and we weren't necessarily transitioning in defense. But if you can kind of bottle some of those defensive stretches we saw in the second half, this is a team that can win games, even with, Tyler working his way back into the fold.
Yeah, I mean, what you're seeing here, I think, is a lot of the players for the Pirates not named George Davis or Tyler Tachenko kind of cutting their teeth, getting an extended run, getting a lot of, having some pressure put on them, being the guys that got to make the plays, that got to put the points up the board. And so a bit of a learning curve here. I think it's going to help them in the long run. They're going to realize that, offensively sometimes you just got to take a deep breath. You got to, scan the floor more and make a good, solid pass, not jump around and try and make the hero pass, try to thread the needle, it's just a matter of getting experience out here. A lot of the guys, that were relied on tonight to, probably provide a lot of the scoring, haven't really been in that position before, and they'll learn from that. They'll get better, and then again later on in the season, I think that's really going to help Pewaukee when they get Tyler back to just it won't be so foreign of a concept for those guys to have to play that role down the stretch.
44 seconds. Yeah, Shireen will try another triple, and that is good. And man, has he had a nice second half. The three-point shooting of Ben Shireen and Nick Templis, another one of those things, positives you can take out of a game like that. I mean, Ben had this thing, it was kind of dead to rights, and Ben knocking down 3 triples here has made it interesting. Here's another one, Eli Hers, he'll try it, and Grady Ellison keeps it alive down below. Another one, 3-ball, Ben Shireen trying to single-handedly bring this thing back, and Coach Burkemper wants a foul.
Yeah, he almost did, reality.
That's unreal. Shooting here from Ben Shireen brings this back to 9 points, but too little too late, Royce. Just 2.7 ticks left here. But man, oh man, Ben Shireen was not ready to go home here without
Ben Shireen putting on a show and giving the fans something to cheer about here as the clock ticks down.
Yeah, 15 big points, career high on 5 triples for Ben Shireen. He's one of those kids that you want to cheer for, a senior who's put in all the work and all the effort. But you also know, as much as that was fun and cool for him, he's looking at it. Luke pitches it back to him, and Ben will try one more from half court, and that one doesn't fall. So that'll be a final, Royce, 10-point loss here to Brown Deer on a tough night. Just scoring the basketball. It was not our night offensively. But again, we saw some good things, and I think this is a team that is, Tyler aside, still figuring it out this year. They got to bounce back pretty quickly. It's Germantown on Saturday, and having that one, that's a good team, and the Pirates are going to have to figure out a way to string together a more consistent game, Royce, I think is what it gets down to, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Tonight, obviously forgettable results, but a lot to take away from it. I think a lot of these, newer varsity players on the Pirates learned a lot today, being thrust into the limelight. But you're right. Next task is Germantown, who's got a player who's in the running for Mr. Basketball. Really, really good player. They got size. They're a tough team. So you're just gonna have to flush this one, get back, practice tomorrow, get ready for Germantown, and see if you can be a little more confident, a little more methodical on offense. Try and get those open looks, and then try and see if you can make some of them too.
Yeah, Pirates will head out to that showdown with Germantown, back at 500, 6-6 on the season. One more call out to if you're tuning in, I don't know if it's going to be on Oostburg's stream, but our Pewaukee girls in action that same Saturday against number 1 in Division III, Oostburg, the odds-on favorite for the state championship. So our girls team coming in with just 1 loss on the year, ranked number 3 in Division I, looking at putting together their own state title run, have a huge test and showdown up there at Oostburg. Tune into that one on Oostburg TV, and if you're really a Pirate fan, find your way over to Germantown for that game, or all the way up to Oostburg to check out the girls as they get into action on a big non-conference showdown on Saturday as well. Well, Royce, thanks for hanging in there with me. This was a fun one tonight. Not the result that we wanted, but this game had a little bit of everything. Always fun to do it with you, my friend. We'll do another one of these, and we'll get back out there for some football, too.
Yeah, my pleasure. See you on Saturday.
All right, good night, everybody.